Hello fishing fans, just pulled into our Airbnb house down here in St. Cloud, Florida. Starting to get prepped for Toho, but I'm a little late bringing this to you. I wanted to do a recap of what went down at Toho, or sorry, at Sam Rayburn, but due to the delayed day and some flight issues and some last minute stuff, I really didn't get to do this, and I could have done it at home, but I wanted to do it in my boat. So here we go. So if you've seen the coverage, you know Toho was super flooded, 10 feet high. I had a crazy, terrible practice, which thankfully resulted in an awesome tournament, and we're going to break that down. Over 3 days of practice, I caught 4 fish, 2 in one little break line, and 2 in the back of a little spawning cove one afternoon when it got warm. So basically I had 2 spots to start, and I started on that little break line. In practice, I was covering everything. I was flipping the bushes, I was fishing the drains. The thing on Rayburn this time of year is supposed to be all about the rattle bait in the grass, but with the water being 10 feet high, the grass was so deep you really couldn't get a rattle bait down to it. So day 2 I picked up a deep diving crankbait, and this was my go-to money bait for the week. I got on that one school of fish, and basically if you've seen the videos, I did the same cast over and over again for 3 days. A lot of people were asking me actually about the rod, because the rod has an awesome parabolic bend to it on the cast and the retrieve setting the hook, nice and soft, so when those fish hit, there was a lot of give on it, so you never really they never really pulled out in the water. As you know, they pulled out if you try and swing them. I learned a valuable lesson there. But the rod I was using, brand new to me this year, was a Halo Cranking Series 710 medium heavy. I'm going to try throwing a little video of a cast here, just showing you the action of it, and see if this video comes in. So if you saw the video, you can see how on the back cast the rod really loads up to give you that energy for those long distance casts, and then when the fish hit, lots of give before the backbone hit in to sink those hooks in, so you weren't worried about pulling the hooks out. But I was throwing that 6XD on 15-pound fluorocarbon, just monster cast, cranking it down. The other 2 baits I was using was, when I went up and flipped the trees, I was throwing a net bait pack across slim, and I was actually throwing it on a 3/8 ounce weight. I usually go with a heavier weight, but because the fish I felt were up suspended in the trees and I didn't want to fall right through, I chose this 3/8 ounce weight, so I can kind of, as it would hit a branch, it would kind of hang there for a second. I can jiggle it down through. Throwing it on braid, and I probably picked up 3 to 4 fish every day on this. I was throwing it on a Halo Black Widow series, 7'3" medium heavy, and I really like this rod. I think it's going to be my go-to rod for, you know, flipping and pitching around in the medium heavy thick cover kind of stuff. The other bait I was throwing around, also on the Texas rig, with a lightweight 3/8 ounce weight, was, where are we? The Big Bopper. So this is just a simple little worm with a little bit of tail there, giving it some action. And I was fishing this around the hydrilla. You know, when the fish stop biting that crankbait, I throw that worm out and slowly bring it through. Again, I didn't go with a super heavy weight because I didn't want it to fall down into the middle of the hydrilla. I wanted to kind of keep it, when it got into the hydrilla, I wanted to keep it kind of up on the top and around. So yeah, your standard Texas rig hook, and again on that 7.3 medium heavy. Sam Rayburn was my first experience with these new Halo rods, and I'm pretty happy with them, pretty excited. They still have a lot of different rods in the line to try out, but the ones I did use were awesome, the Black Widow series and that cranking stick. But we're down here on Toho now, and we we got to switch some things up. We're going a little bit heavier gear, actually a lot heavier gear. I've brought out the 711 extra heavy, and this is a meat stick for getting into that thick heavy cover. We're gonna dig out the 1.25 ounce, 1.5 ounce ultra tungsten weights, and probably the same general baits. I'm gonna be dunking with the Pack Across Slim, but the smaller one, the 3.5 inch. I'm gonna be teaming up with the Netbait Big Spanky. It's a little grass swim bait here, and put that on a Freedom Stealth head, and I'll be able to swim this combo through the Kissimmee grass, through the pads. These Florida fish love this style of bait, so that's going to get a lot of action this week. And of course, the chatterbait, the Freedom Z-Man chatterbait, is going to get a lot of work when I get on that kind of offshore bite and the hydrilla that's out there. Just to give you a preview, it looks like, and that's that Freedom Z-Man bait, your standard chatterbait style, but it has the swinging hook, take the leverage away from the fish. But to talk about Toho, it looks like the fish are on their way up. They're itching to get ready to spawn. It's been cold here for a while. The water's warming up from what I see. I've been watching a lot of the Bass Pro Tour stuff. Great to see that new format, and we've got 3 days to find some good groups of fish, and try and get out of here with another check. Another top 10 or top 30 would be awesome, but we'll keep it real. This is my first time in Florida, and we'll see what happens. Thanks for tuning in. Check out my other videos. Lots of action from Rayburn, and it's amazing what even I'm learning watching my videos again. When I was on the water in the tournament, a few things I realized that I had a few fish come off in the net, so that made me think the fish weren't biting all that hard. And then when I was watching the video, I actually noticed there was a lot of times fish were hitting and not getting hooked, so it was kind of a light nippy bite. The other thing I realized during the tournament, and even more so after watching, is a lot of my fish came on like a stop or a rip or pulling it out of the milfoil, which was, I wish I would have picked up on that even more so and done it a little more in the tournament. But yeah, take a look at some of these videos. We'll have lots more coming out. We'll see you soon.